Hello and welcome along and welcome to this first look at Growers Farm by MJ Modding. This is a Scottish map. It was previously in FS17 and has been converted across to FS19 by MJ. And you can see actually a picture on the wall here of the FS17 version of it. Which is pretty cool. So you start off in the house. Your first pawn point is in the house. And as always, the only thing that I've done is get the landy here to have a look. So we're going to have a quick walk around the house. Very, very similar to the house in Oakfield Farm, this one. Some fairly industrial doors on the inside here. A few changes to the house in comparison to how it is on Oakfield, but yeah, I'm liking this. It's they're sensible changes, and it's nice house to have, and works well. Not too much to cover here other than that. I think the kitchen is kitchen. Everything is in roughly the same place and everything. So all the doors open, and it's it's nice to have an internal house to go into. So we are going to have a quick drive around the yard and have a look around that. So I'll open the gate first, though. Let's have a look at the fields and see what the setup for those are like. So as it is, this is a slightly work in progress. So he is still working on adding more fields to the map. You can see that we so far have field definitions for 19 fields. You can buy everything on the map though, so lots and lots of fields and stuff that are available to purchase. The most expensive field on the map, I believe at the moment, or the most expensive area, is up the top here. 822,088 for this area up by the pig farm. Yeah, pretty expensive, but not bad. Actually, it's the top one, the two meadows at the top. 825,969 for that. So that's a fairly expensive top bit, but not completely out of possibility. Cheapest area, I believe, is probably this area here at 55,238. So a really, really nice range of prices on the land on this map. So liking that a lot. Really, really cool to see that. Yeah, will work well. Good set of farms. So if we come out of this, you've got the main farm there, which is where we are. If we zoom in a bit, you can see we've got the pigs and the chickens up here that we'll go to. And down here, we've got the horse stables and the horse paddock as well. So we are going to head, we're going to head out of here. And we're going to head round the bottom of the map, round this way and up. There's an area down the bottom of the map here as well that we can take a look at. So, yeah, we're going to have a go around this bottom end of the map here and check out this area here as well. There's a few areas on this map which I think would benefit from having a feature or something added to it. But at the moment, we're going to take a look around what we have here and go from there. So let's pop back out, jump in our Land Rover here in this fetching lime green that we've got it, and head over here. Now, one of the things I get asked whenever I use this Land Rover, is it available? I'm afraid it's not. It is a private mod. It was given to me to use. So yeah, unfortunately it's not widely available. Let's have a look in the shed here. Nice big shed. Oh, I like this shed. This is a good shed. One thing I do wish that we'd have on maps, and I know it's not a possibility on here, but I would like to see some larger barn doors. I'm always struggling to get equipment in a lot of the barns, but this is a nicely well featured yard. It feels fairly close. We've got the cows here. So this is slurry point, feeding trough. Yeah, one feeding trough and the second feeding trough here. Unloading point to purchase them, like that there. And yeah, looking good. Not sure where the water goes. I'm guessing that might be out in the field. Let's have a quick look out here. What do we got out here this way? There we go. There's the water trough. So you need to need to come into the field here. There's a gateway down here. This looks like... Oh, this is the milk point. So this is where the milk comes. So yeah, there we go. So water's there, milk is there. And that is all good. I'm liking that. That's a nice cow area, that. I should say, before I go any further, I didn't actually get a chance to play this map in FS17. So much of this map, in fact, all of this map is new to me. And it's a nice map from what I've seen so far. Very much so. We got the area down here. So this is where our silos are. And you tip into here, and you also load from in here as well. So that's good. Can't drive through it, obviously, as we have a tractor and trailer sitting in there at the moment. Loading point. I don't think that's a loading point for anything. One of the things I do like about this is that all these barn doors open. All of these barns are useful barns. There's nothing. There's no areas here that aren't used or can't be used for storage. So yeah, that's a nice little area there for storage. We have another shed over here. Good little area in there, so that's a good nice little bit of storage in there. Sounds on these are nice too. And then we got the workshop in here. So workshop area in here. Nice sized barn for that. So that's really cool. I do like this yard. This yard has a very nice layout to it. Down the side here, again, we've got another barn door. So we've got anything in here? So no, it's empty, but again, nice area. Good amount of storage space on this barn. Very, very nice amount of storage space on this barn. On this yard, sorry. Sheep paddock is where we are here. So I don't think we've got any feeding areas or anything in there. No, what we do have is the gateway here to unload the sheep. And then over this way over here, we'll just run over here. We've got the water trough and we've got the feeding trough. Now where we get the... where we collect the wool from, I'm not 100% sure at the moment. Just trying to look in there, see if it's in there. Could be in there. I'm jumping over this. We'll have a walk into here. It's not in here. So it must be out the other side of the barn, maybe. There we go. Close that and reverse this out. In fact, yes, here we go. I think this is the area for the wool here. I think that's where you'll find your wool appears. We've got silage clamp here, which is nice and big, very good. We've got another shed here with a drive-through area on this shed here, and it opens up here. Mower fitting in this area here, but also be quite a good place to store pallets and things. So that's quite cool. And one of the nice things about this yard is it is fairly maze-like. So you come down here and it takes you out to another shed area here, which we'll get to in a minute. Yeah, that is so much storage space on this yard. But it doesn't feel huge. It's still quite a compact yard without being difficultly so. We got another silage clamp here, so two nice sized silage clamps. A little bit of a dead area down the side here, so maybe that would be useful for something. You flatten that out and maybe put another shed or something in there to store bales, maybe, or something like that. And then back down the central area here, so we've got the sheds that we opened a minute ago in that one. Yeah, which leads back through there, as we can see. We've got some other stuff here. It looks like we've got some equipment to do cows straight from the off, which is really cool, really nice. Some old stables there, a little bit of window dressing stuff, but still looks really, really nice. And there's so much useful stuff here. Oh, how about these barns? These open as well. That's cool. Normally you get little sheds like this don't open. And that is where our water tanker is. In here. So if you're looking for the water tanker, it is stored in this barn here. Looks a little bit tall to get into these doors. Yeah, this is a really nice touch, this barn. Ah, we got an old Leyland, I think, in here. That's nice. That's really cool. Right, so that is the main yard. A quick run round of the main yard. Lots and lots of useful storage there. I really quite like that yard. We are going to head out this way and head counterclockwise around the map. Heading down southwards first. And this map is based in Scotland. I'm not sure if I mentioned that at the start, but it's a Scottish-based map. And it really has that feel of a UK map. Having driven certain parts of Scotland, I can't say that it does. I just noticed a bit of an abandoned tractor there in the bushes. That's quite cool. But yeah, it feels nice. It looks great. Not a disinteresting area to look. It has some nice levels to it, which is absolutely great. I'm basically loving it. The roads aren't too wide. They fit this kind of setting as well. There's not too much verge on them. There's a lot of character to this map, like that house being built and things like that. So there's a lot of detail that's been put in. It's not just fields and roads and things like that. There's a lot of detail in with the building of houses and stuff that's been sort of added in to add a bit of character to it. And that's on back onto the main road. Here we have what appears to be the horses. Yeah, this is the stables. Good stable yard here. Show jumping or jumping arena there, which is good. We've got stables over there. Here we go. Here's the actual paddock itself. Is over this side. So here, yeah, that is where you unload your horses. And I think over here, now I did speak to MJ about this because I got a little bit confused about this. Here is where you unload straw. It's not marked or not obviously marked as a straw selling point. But yeah, I believe this is where you sell the straw. This is where it is on the map. So that's all good. Yeah, I think I would like, personally, I would like to see a something there that marks that as a straw selling point. At the moment, that wasn't very clear to me on there. Otherwise, I'm liking this yard. It's a very well-constructed yard. That's really great. So on we go. We're going to backtrack a little bit and head out this way. We're going to go and check some stuff at the bottom of the map. So we've got a few areas down here to check out. We cut down here and round here. We'll take the next turning. What you find down here is... now, I don't know whether this is a building or a yard or what this is here. But it certainly seems to take up a sizable area on the map. In fact, yes. It seems to be a yard of some description. So it looks like this could be a nice satellite farm. Certainly seems to be a farmyard. My trouble with it being that is I think you'd struggle because none of these barns can be opened. Yeah, so this is an area that can't be opened. It's kind of window dressing. I would like to see some sort of function to it. It's nice. It's a good area. But I think for multiplayer and stuff like that, it would be cool if this was a yard or if it was a purchase point for something or a sell point. A sell point for something as well. Adding in another sell point on the map would be cool. But at the moment, yeah, that yard doesn't really serve a lot of function on the map. And yeah, we'll continue on and head down this way. Again, I'm struck by how nice this is to drive around. How great a map this is to drive around. And the fields all seem to be a good size. There's no... all the fields seem to work nicely. And that's what this bit is at the bottom of the map. We have a castle on here. Which is pretty cool. And this gives us a chance to have a look at the edge of the map as well. A really nice edge onto this map, actually. So, yeah. Road disappears off around the corner and the edge of the map You've got the trees in the way and a nice big hedgerow, and it gives some distance to the edge of the map, so I'm liking that a lot. We have a roadway up here up to the ruined castle as well, so that's pretty cool. I'm liking that a lot. Again, a nice bit of attention to detail, nice bit of window dressing on here with the castle. So we're going to head back north now, having checked out that area. And yeah, so that's cool. So really, it is a case of I would like to see... I think I'd like to see some more sell points. And we'll get to that at the end when we go over the sell points. But there certainly seems to be scope in this map for one or two more areas or where you could do it. What we got up here? So we've got some nice houses here. We've got the ever-present hot air balloon on that is on so many UK maps these days. And heading up here, lots of grass fields on this, so it work well as a silage map, I think. Growers grain here, and now I think this is the main sell point on the map. And we're having to follow the traffic. In we go. Yeah, so there's our sell point straight ahead, and in fact we also have the BGA here, so a couple of nice big silage clamps. BGA sell point there, and yeah, we have a sell point for grains and crops and things here. So we'll check out exactly what we can sell it here later on, but yeah, seems like this is the main sell point area. Lots that you can sell here, so that's quite nice, quite good, liking that. And we'll head up and we'll head north again from here. So we're heading up towards the animal dealer. We've got a fuel station up here as well. So yeah, we've got a fuel station here, a Scott Oil fuel station. Which is pretty cool. Fish and chips, nice looking town. It looks like the pedestrians have got a little bit stuck, but otherwise, yeah, really looking good. As I said, this is a map that is still having a bit of work done on it, so yeah, a few little issues to iron out. In here we have the what looks like the garden centre. So in previous versions of FS, this would have been a purchase point for things like trees and fertilizer. Of course, here it's that function doesn't exist anymore in FS19. And up here we have a growers market. So this is where the animals are purchased, and it looks like we have a single purchase point for all of them. And yeah, you select your various places and then you select to move across. But that's all good. I'm liking that. Nice bit of detail in here. Good. I think that was a 716 Fendt tractor there. Looking very nice. So we'll head back down now and head back towards the shop. Now I noticed the shop icon is sitting in the middle of the next field. The shop is not there. It's actually a little bit west of where that icon is sitting. So I can show you that. So if you do teleport to the shop, you're going to teleport into the middle of this field that you can see at the moment, which is not great. So that is something that will need to be corrected at some point. The wool sell point, that was an odd sign. I'm not sure that sign was in the right place. I'm fairly sure that pointed towards wool sell point to the left. Yeah, it does. So I think that's probably in the wrong place as well. The wool sell point is definitely not to our right up here. The shop is to our right up here. Whoops. Bit of a crash. Yeah, our wool sell point is not up this way. So there is that. But this is the shop here, so you can see what I mean by the shop icon is a little bit in the wrong place. Nice big area though for purchasing purchasing stuff, so be able to purchase several bits before you run out of space here. We have a workshop there, although I don't see an actual purchase point here. So yeah, no purchase point at the shop, but definitely a workshop point in front of those doors there. And then heading up around here, we are going to head to what is the pigs and the chickens in this yard up here. There we go. So looks like we have the straw blowing point and the feeding point there for the pigs. Slurry point there. And then we've got several points here. Not 100% sure. Oh, this is for the chickens. Yeah, so that's chickens feeding point. And then I would guess egg spawn point. Not quite sure what the other point is here, but I'm guessing the chickens hang around this yard looking at this with those feed points there for them. Nice size yard, works well for a satellite yard. You could establish a small farm here, so I like that. That does give you an alternative to the main farm. And then we'll head out this way. And we've got the sawmill at the top end of the map up this way. And this Land Rover does go quite fast, which is quite nice when we're looking to run back. And we've got wool cell, so there's a sign for the wool cell point down that way. I'm wondering if that, again, we've got a sign, we may have a sign pointing the wrong way again. So there's a few little issues with this. Nothing major, nothing I would consider massively broken on here. A few bits that just sort of need smoothing out and doing. And this is so this is the sawmill. We've got the wood cell point there, and I'm guessing, looking at where it is on the screen, I'm guessing that is our cell point for the wood chips as well. So yeah, that's all good. Now, one of the things that we haven't seen so far is much forestry on here, and we will get to that in a moment. You can actually see it ahead of us at the moment, so we'll go and check that out because I think it's quite a nice forestry area on this map. And we'll head round, and there's a little bit of a forest here actually. There's a little bit of woodland here you can have a go at. That's pointing to the pig farm to the left, which is kind of true. And then we've got the dairy farm and the wool cell point as the sign pointed here. I think that sign for the wool up at the top end is either should have the shop on it or the pig farm on it. Either way, it's definitely showing the wrong bit, because this here is the wool cell point. So you can see it's the wool cell point. We do have wool bits here, but no obvious point at which to unload them. I'm guessing it's just in this area here where there are lots of wool pallets. But yeah, I cannot say for sure, unfortunately. So we'll bring this round, head down here. And this will bring us eventually back to the dairy farm. You can see it there. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a sharp right here and head onto this dirt track, which does take us down to fields down there. But also, if we come in here and open this gate, will take us into the woodland by the looks of things. And our woodland here, yeah, so this is our logging area. And in fact, wow, it opens up here to a pond and a fishing area. So no obvious route through here, other than I think you basically have to start clearing the trees to the side here, and working through here. Nice detail in this woodland area. I think I'd like a little bit less grass in here, but certainly plenty of bushes and plenty of stuff like that. Works well. There's a track area. Okay, yeah, there's a track over here. Let's go and have a look at this. And this runs here, and this is not a road. Oh, this is a dirt bike track in the middle of the woods. Yes, that's exactly what this is, because we got some big bumps here. So yeah, we've got a dirt bike track or an off-roading track here that you can get an ATV or a dirt bike or something and have a go with. So that is pretty cool feature. Would have to go and grab something to do that. Great way to test the suspension on a mod if you wanted to. Looks like we've got some fairly high bits in here, so I would probably recommend being careful when driving through here. You don't want to get grounded out by one of those bits, because that is not good. So left shift F9 will roll this back over. Ooh. Or the wrong way up. So right shift. There we go. Roll it back over. And we're all good. So we're back on our wheels. Let's head up and get the last little bit of this done. So we're going to head down out the way out of the woodland. So there is a roadway out here, as you can see, down the bottom here, down the side of field 10. So if you don't want to come in via the pond, you can head out this way. There's no direct connection to the main dairy farm as far as I can see. It's a fairly long way around without going through the hedge. And the hedges on here don't have collisions. I believe they've got the same collisions as Peterville does. Which is basically everything except bales and headers can go through them. And then we're sort of down the bottom end of the map here. We're going to end up going past the stables and completing our loop. But as I was saying earlier, not a dull direction to look at on this map. It is a nice, interesting map to look at. And I really quite like that. So squeeze past here. And here's our stables. What is this area? Now this is just before our stables, which is interesting. So this might be quite a useful little yard as well. I quite like it. Again, we've not got any openings on this side. I don't think they work on that side. Although actually they do have the roller set up. So this might be quite a nice little contractor's yard. In fact, yeah, this is quite a nice little contractor's yard. Admittedly, again, we've got a tractor in the way here. I don't know how usable this would be. And I think that is a little bit of an oddity to me. Because, yeah, it's nice to have little touches like that. But I'm not sure exactly... unless you were doing a drive around like I am at the moment... I think I'd be a little bit annoyed if I came into this yard and went, oh, I want to use that. It opens up, only to find a non-removable piece of set dressing behind it. It's a nice little Easter egg, but usability-wise, I could do with an empty barn there instead of a full one. But that's just me, and that's not an issue with the map itself. So there we go. There's our horse stables. So we'll head back down this way. And backtrack on ourselves a little bit because that is basically a full round of the map, and I really like this map. There seems to be a lot of very nice features to it. As I said, there are a couple of bits I'd add. There are a couple of bits I think need fixing, but this map is not yet heading into release, so there is that. And I can quite easily see that these minor things are getting fixed before then, before release, and it just looks fantastic. It looks like a really nice map to play. So I think we may have a go at this in the near future, and see what we can do with it. But I'm loving it. I think it works really well. And I do love this dairy farm. This dairy farm is absolutely gorgeous as an area. It's one of the nicest yards I think I've seen in Farm Sim. So yeah, I really do quite like that. So we need to have a quick look at the vehicles that we have and at the sell points. So we'll have a look at the sell points first. So we have just the 4 sell points, which is, as I mentioned before, with the areas and everything that's available on this map. I think I would like to see a few more sell points. Growers Grain, as I mentioned, is the main sell point on the map. You can pretty much sell everything there except for wood chips and silage, but even then silage and bales and all that, but even then you can sell silage there because that's where the BGA is. Wool has 2 sell points, both at Growers Grain and the Spinnery, and same goes for cotton if you decide to try and grow that in Scotland. But yeah, that's about it. Decent prices, yeah, no issue on prices. It would obviously alter if you had seasons running on here, and this is a seasons ready map, so yeah, the prices would change a bit from that. So yeah, I think the takeaway I have from this is I'd like to see a few more sell points on this map, and I think this map has the space to add them as well, which is quite good. It's not like they'd have to be shoehorned in. The next thing is, what do we start with in our garage? So we have a Valtra N154E, a Fendt Favorite 511C, and a John Deere 6135M. 2 good medium to low power tractors. You've got the 165 horsepower on the Valtra N. The Fendt Favorite has 115 horsepower, and the John Deere 6M has 142 horsepower. So that's pretty cool. You've got a New Holland TX32 combine, which is my favourite combine in the game. And yeah, very pleased. That's a good combine to start with on here. I of course added the Land Rover to have a drive around, and you get a Lizard 2014 pickup to do that if you so desire to start with. You've got the Agroliner TKD 302 trailer for carting, the TX32 header for cutting. So yeah, those are both good. You get the Salford non-reversible 4204 plough. That does, what does that do? 2 metre plough. I think I would get rid of that. I'm not a huge fan of that plough, but as a starting plough, yeah, absolutely great. Amazon Catros 6002-2 cultivator. That's a decent cultivator. Yeah, I think that works well on this map. Same goes for the D830 Amazon Seeder. That is a nice starting seeder. It is the smallest seeder in the game, but works well. You've then got the Kuhn GMD 4411. That is our mower to start with. Then you've got the Fanex Vicon, the Vicon Fanex 604 Tedder, the Kuhn GA 9531 Windrower, and the Rollbelt 150 baler. Nice thing about this lot, you can go straight in with the cows. So if you're a new farmer and you come into this, straight on in with the cows, which is brilliant. I think that's great. And again, you've got a feed mixer, so you've got a Silo King Trailed Line Duo 1814 and a Joskin Aquatrans 7300S that are also available. So yeah, you go straight in on this with a ability to do cows. The only thing I would say is you're missing either a wrapper or a forage trailer. I would guess that would be one of your first purchases. But considering you have pretty much everything else you need, I think that it works perfectly. FZ60 front loader from Stoll and bale spike. I think that goes on the N series Valtra, and an Agco 650 weight. So yeah, good setup as far as the equipment goes. Yeah, I really like that. That's a nice balanced startup for the equipment that you will be able to upgrade as you go. So yeah, it works well. Looks like you don't sell any of the stuff off either. So you can't sell any of the buildings or anything like that. So it looks like if you start on if you start on Farm Manager or start from scratch, it looks like all the facilities will be available to them to you. You just need to buy the areas. So that's all good. All in all, I like this map. I think this is a great map. I think we will be doing something on it. I think it would make a good roleplay map. I think it could make a good let's play map. I think it would make a good multiplayer map. So there's plenty of options here. Keep an eye out for it on the Mod Hub. It will be being submitted in the near future. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this first look. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.